Hello, this is Dale, and this is my nightly video blog for Thursday, November 5th. Well, you'll notice a new format tonight as what I'm going to do. I've had a lot of people request, and what we decided to do is make a little change to the front page to show the most recent trades and also the trades that we still have open. And you can actually see the positions that I got in. Remember, it's like you're looking over my shoulder. These are the trades that I have made. I think it'll be easier for people to follow. Also gives you a good feel for is this a good trading method? Indeed it is. And you'll be able to track these, and you'll notice that right now what we have is 3 call options that are open, and that is Verizon, Apple, and BP. We opened Verizon on the 20th, Apple on the 27th, and BP on the 28th. And one other thing that you can do is you can go back and you can say, well, okay, he opened Verizon on the 28th with a December 42 call. I wonder what that blog sounded like that night. And you can go back in time and listen to the October 20th blog and see what we were talking about on Verizon. Same thing is true with any of the previous trades that have been closed out. What was he doing here on the Iron Condor? The other thing we want to mention is that the returns on the Iron Condor, you'll notice that the credit we got on here was $1.75, and we exited with 60 cents, and that was actually a 11.5% gain. We're usually trying to get a 10% gain, so that's how it came up with 115% gain for the month on that, based on the margin or the amount of capital that you had invested. Now tonight the action we have is we want to go ahead and exit BP. So on Sunday when we come back, it'll show that the exit date was tomorrow and what the exit price was, and I'll show you why we want to exit that. We're still going to stay in Verizon and Apple, although I'm watching Apple very close. We don't have any theta trades on right now, but we'll talk a little bit about that tonight. The only other thing I don't have on here right now, and that is the ETF trades, because we're in and out of those so fast. What I'm really trying to do is teach you how to do that. I can show on here what I did, and I possibly might do that in the future, but really what I'm trying to do is teach you. And it moves so fast that it's hard to, we've got everything up here except for the ETF trades. So let's go over to our Thinkorswim, and let's first of all take a look here at BP, and I'll show you why I want to get out of that tomorrow. Let's take a look at our directionals. You can see that while I've got Qualcomm on here, it's good to mention that we did get out of this Qualcomm, and that was a profitable trade we got out of that 2 days before earnings. You say, well, how come you don't take it through earnings? And this is exactly the reason why we don't take a profitable trade through earnings. You never know. And as a matter of fact, the earnings that came out exceeded the estimation that the street was looking for. The actual came in at 91 cents. The street was estimating 72. But the forward guidance must have been terrible, and the market reacted terrible to it, and it dropped like a rock. We don't want to be caught in that. We work hard for our money, and if you got a profitable trade going into earnings, you always want to exit going into that. Let's take a look at BP, and you can see that BP, we got back in after the earnings and had a real nice gain. I don't like the way it gave back a lot yesterday and then was down again today, and you can see that ribbon is turning down. Now, yes, indeed, the ribbon is going up, but I just don't like the action that I'm seeing here, and I want to go ahead and exit that. Take a look at Apple. Apple's had a couple down days, but it's staying above the 5-day exponential moving average line. So I'm okay with giving Apple just a little bit more time to see what happens. We've been following Verizon. Verizon has had a couple down days, but the ribbon is still still heading up. So we want to hold tight on those two for the time being. Let's just take a look at the general market while we're here, and you can see that the market has had a very nice rise, and we've had a nice rise along with it. I think the market is weakening, and there will be a little bit of a pullback. I don't know when that's going to occur, but you'll notice that there have been a couple down days. We're still holding above the 5-day moving average line, so I'm kind of waiting for it to drop below here before I start looking for puts on the SPY. The other thing is it is showing some weakness, and I think we are overbought here. So I think trimming some of our calls and maybe even finding some puts for our portfolio makes a lot of sense. And there's a number that I'm looking at right now. DHR is a possibility. Cisco, I'm waiting for their earnings, which comes out next Thursday. And PepsiCo possibly are puts that we might be looking for in the future. While we're on SPY, we'll just take a look at how it has dropped down, and it's kind of channeling right here. I think it has a little bit more room to run here, so I'm holding on to this. We have this until we have the 208 call until next Friday, so we've got plenty of time on that one. And then TLT, you can see the TLT has dropped. If I go ahead and put on the 261, it'd be interesting to see where we are on that. We've got a little bit more room for it to come down to get to the 261. I don't want to take a put on TLT at this point in time. I'm actually looking for a reversal, at which point we might get a call. And that's my blog for tonight. I hope everybody's enjoying this new format, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll talk to you Sunday night. Bye-bye now.